Hello, everybody. We are live. I always love it when I press the button and it says you are live because that means it is time for Kelli and I to have another incredible conversation talking about astrology and everything that's going on up there that impacts us down here. And I see Kelli is grabbing her ephemeris, which I now can say, and I'm so proud of myself, this is the big book of, that's her other special calendar. That's the special calendar that she gets from this one place. And then she's got her big ephemeris. But Kelli, we missed you last week. It's so nice to be back here with you. It's nice to see your face. And to everyone who's joining us, say hello, let us know where you're joining from, and share your sun sign with us. Because today, Kelli is going to be talking about, we're moving into Scorpio season, and I love it because the title for this is The Sorcerer Emerges. Find out how to utilize the powerful energies of Scorpio. And yes, Scorpio is powerful, and I'm so excited to find out what this energy means for every single sun sign and in general. What the heck is going on, and what can we expect in this next season that we're moving into?
Mind-blowing. And hello. Hi, Leanne. Hi, everyone. Hi, Erica, Virginia, Hilda, Alexandra. Hello.
Oh, from Vancouver. Stacy's from Houston.
Nice to see you guys. Well, wow. Leanne, this is not just a regular old Scorpio season. Not that it's ever regular, let me tell you that. So what it means is so much wrapped into the next few weeks. It's mind-blowing.
So everyone, grab your notebooks because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of great stuff that comes out. And I will also just say this now. If any of this, if you have a friend that, let's say, is a Virgo or a Libra or any of the sun signs, and if Kelli says something that you think they should hear, make sure you tag them in the comments or share this, because let me tell you, the information that Kelli shares is so valuable, and it really can make a difference when you apply it and when you remember and have it top of mind. So Kelli, I'll let you continue, but I feel it today. I've got my saucy red book here.
Leanne, I've been hanging out to give you this info. Wait till you hear this. And especially as a water sign, the water signs being Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or anybody that has any planets in the water signs. Wowee. So I can't think of a better word than that at the moment. So the sun moves into Scorpio today, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern. And so what that means through November 21st is that, we want to go deep. We want to get to the core of something. It's going to be about the truth. Now, the shadow side of that is that, what truth, whose truth are we talking about here? So that's really, keep that in mind. That's really the key. No matter if it's like in your personal life, it's out there in the world, whatever it is, because Mercury is still retrograde and it's in Scorpio as well. So here's a double dose of getting to the truth and digging the dirt until we get to the truth. But because Scorpio is a fixed energy, it will be not just opinionated, but it might be stubborn and set in its opinions. And I'm talking like it, meaning we're all being influenced. It doesn't matter what sign you are. It's like we're all being influenced, or we're all under the influence of Scorpio. So what that tells me is that something from the past will be revealed. Mm-hmm. And what we need to do is, I say embrace, but that's sort of like diminishing the extent of the power of this energy. So it's like we need to face the truth no matter how hard that may be. That's really the lesson here. And Mercury will be retrograde until November 3rd. So there's all this bringing up stuff from the past that will come about at this time. Now, next week, next Tuesday, the 27th, Mercury will retrograde back into Libra, and Venus will also move into Libra. So what that means is that you know, if we want to get to the truth, do it before next Tuesday is really what I'm trying to say. Because next Tuesday, when we've got Mercury retrograde and Venus in Libra, it's going to be more about fairness and justice and balance and compromise. So there'll be more of a new direction coming about next week from anything that's revealed at this time, you know, for the next at least few days. So right now, and many of us, like yourself, Leanne, very sensitive. You will probably notice that shift in energy coming about this afternoon and tonight. So at the moment, we're in the final hours of Sun in Libra. And then we move into this very, very, very intense Scorpio energy. Now, Scorpio is really, it's a psychic sign because it's a water sign. It's intuitive, it's instinctive, it's perceptive. Nothing gets by a Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio, I would love to hear this, you know, like, let us know, right?
You see that we have a double Scorpio.
Oh my goodness.
Today, and I know that I've got quite a few heavy hitting planets in Scorpio.
You do. Mars and Saturn. I will not forget that.
Yeah. So, and then one thing that I just want to share that came to mind is really with this Mercury retrograde, I forgot we're still in it. And it really is, it's all of the REs. This is what I've learned from you, Kelli. Revisit, revise, rethink. I know that I've been rethinking a lot of things lately and reviewing. And so it sounds like we can actually use the energy of Mercury retrograde in a really positive way to help us reveal the truth. I'm like, just get to it. Otherwise, it's probably going to happen to us some other way, and it's going to be a lot less pleasant than just ripping off the Band-Aid. Is that kind of correct to say?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I'm not an astrologer, everyone.
No, I'm not meaning it like that. I'm just meaning, you know, really with everything going on, who knows, but
yeah,
whatever it may be. Whatever it may be is what I really meant by that. And I'm just thinking of all these other things I want to say around that. Let me continue with the Sun in Scorpio, and then I will talk about what it means for each of the zodiac signs and what we can expect. So the first bit of mischief the Sun in Scorpio gets up to will be next Saturday on Halloween. So the 31st, October 31st, is when we have a full moon in Taurus, and I will be talking a lot about that next week. Full moon in Taurus, but why it's all mixed up there is because Uranus, planet of the unexpected, will be next to the moon. So Uranus is very much anything goes, expect the unexpected, surprises, is wrapped up with this very intense full moon of next week. So that's the first Sun in Scorpio aspect that's being made during this Scorpio season. So what that means is, particularly if you're a fixed sign or have any planets in the fixed signs, and that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, then anything goes. Anything goes at all. And what it's doing because of that Mercury retrograde on top of it will be, if you're too set in your opinions or too fixed in your ways, you will get a shake-up. So, and it will come from left field. That's what this energy of the Scorpio full moon is about. So that's Halloween next Saturday, the 31st. Oh, and Leanne, just FYI, the Halloween in astrology is the midpoint between the solstice and the equinox.
Oh, interesting. I never knew that.
Yep. And there's those midpoints between those major events, you know, like May Day, Groundhog Day, etc. So that, and August 1st. So those midpoints fall on the fixed points within the fixed signs. So what it means is that it's not like a full moon, but it's a culmination of sorts where it's teaching us, you know, what do we want for the long term? So that's really what Halloween represents in astrology.
I have no idea.
Yes. And so that's the first Sun in Scorpio influence that's being made. Halloween, you know, full moon conjunct Uranus, emotionally, because, you know, the moon represents emotions. And of course, a full moon is heightened emotions because, as I always say, it's like a giant flashlight up in the sky, illuminating or shining the light into the darkness. And it might take some of us by surprise. And so then, you know, as I said, Mercury turns direct on November 3rd. And then we continue on. And what I'm really excited to share about is the second week of November. So as I said, the sun is in Scorpio all the way through November 21st. And then November 10th, this Mercury will be direct and it moves back into Scorpio. So the things that, since Mercury has been retrograde, so, you know, basically all of October, including the shadow of the retrograde. So anything that's been sort of swirling around when it comes to matters of the mind or the intellect or how we present, how we communicate, feeling misunderstood with the Mercury retrograde, but digging for the truth, but not quite getting there just yet. So what we need to have is patience, particularly because Mars is still retrograde. So from November 10th on, the truth will be revealed. And that's, Leanne, that's it. Da, 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 da.
I know. I was so, for everyone who's just tuning in, I'm trying to find the sound effects so I can push like do 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 do,
yes.
because there are some times there's the different sound effects that you've heard. Really quick, I just want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone who is joining us. Please leave a comment below. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know if you have any questions. Share your sun sign. And as Kelli continues talking, make sure give us a little thumbs up if it's resonating, or I don't know, today I see the bomb emoji, not the bomb, but like that kapow emoji going off, or stars. So make sure that you are commenting in the sections below, and let's just make this a really interactive conversation.
Yes, and CC says it's a blue moon on the 31st. Yes, so blue moon on the 31st just means it's the second full moon of the calendar month. Astrologically, blue moon, it's just a second full moon calendar month. So yeah, October has 2 full moons. Although I have to give another, with astrology, there's always an exception, always, depending on where you are in the world. Because, you know, in Australia, they're a day ahead. So that doesn't apply to, you know, the eastern part of the world, put it that way. So, Oh, yes. Okay. So the exciting news is that Mercury will move forward into Scorpio on November 10th. And so that's when we can expect the truth to be uncovered or revealed, or something shown to us. And if you're a water sign, listen and trust your instincts. And that's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And then Mercury will be in Scorpio all the way through December 1st. And so we can expect, you know, the last 3 weeks of November for the truth to unfold. And then on November 30th, it starts with eclipse season. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. So
I turned off my camera accidentally at the time of eclipse season.
I know, that was funny.
Wait, what? No. Also, so we have Patricia says that she was apparently born on a blue moon.
Oh.
And then we have an early bird from Queensland, Australia, a fellow Aussie for you.
Yeah, fellow Aussie. So, yeah, eclipse season starts November 30th, but I'm not going to talk about that just yet because there's too much to talk about right now. So, so November 10th, we can expect then that our truth be revealed, whatever that may be. Something comes to light. And then the exciting news is, the start of the exciting news, November 12th, we have Jupiter conjunct Pluto. And that's huge news. Jupiter is a planet of hope, optimism, expansion. On the shadow side, it's excess and over-exaggeration or anything that's done too much so. So when it comes together, when Jupiter comes together with Pluto, Pluto is a planet of change and transformation and metamorphosis. So what that means is Jupiter conjunct Pluto, and both in Capricorn. So it's good for financial foundations. So Jupiter conjunct Pluto, it's the final time of this year, the final conjunction of this cycle that Jupiter and Pluto come together. And normally, this year aside, normally just Jupiter conjunct Pluto is all about big money. And if it happens to fall at a natal planetal point in your chart, it's exceptional news. And I'm just looking at the degree. What day is that? Did I say November 12th? I'm just looking at the degree of that. And fascinating. Okay, I'm just trying to think, how do I explain this in a quick, easy way? Because I haven't gotten to the zodiac signs yet. So Jupiter and Pluto come together at about 22, 23 degrees Capricorn. 22 degrees Capricorn is back in January, Saturn and Pluto were conjunct at 22 degrees Capricorn. That laid the foundation of 2020. That was the breakdown of structures. That was the uprising of boundaries and restrictions. And so now we've got Jupiter and Pluto together for the final time in this cycle at that same degree. And I know that might sound like a lot of gobbledygook, but it's really super significant. So November 12th is when that happens, and normally it's a fantastic aspect for, building up structures and having really big dreams and thinking about, not dreams, but actually being able to manifest. It's a very strong manifestation energy, Jupiter conjunct Pluto. Then on the 13th.
Was that the date, November 12th?
Yeah.
Okay, November 12th, locking it in.
then on the 13th, the next day, we've got Mars turning direct. And I have to say, yay. So if you're a cardinal sign, and that's Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, or have any planets in the cardinal signs, yay. Yay for you, because Mars, planet of action, assertion, it's the brave, fearless warrior. It's in its favorite sign of Aries. It's finally moving direct. It's been retrograde since September 9th. So it's been a drag for so many people because there's a lot of frustration and impatience that's happened with this Mars retrograde. The planets don't really like being retrograde, which means the energy goes backwards or is internalized. But Mars especially, because Mars is a very much forward-moving, brave warrior energy. And when it has to take steps backwards, it goes against everything that Mars is about. Then the following day, on the 14th of November, we've got a new moon in Scorpio. And so new moons, we have those every month. It's all about new beginnings. And in Scorpio, this is about letting things go that no longer serve us. That's the season of Scorpio. And this is just sort of like the epitome of what this is about. It's very much about, Scorpio is about transformation. Its ruler is Pluto. So what that means is that, the symbol of Scorpio is not just a scorpion, it's a phoenix rising from the ashes. So what that means is the ashes represent the things that no longer serve us, the things that we've just burnt to cinders, the things that we don't want or need in our life anymore. And so with this new moon in Scorpio, it allows us to be that phoenix, to rise above and beyond all the stuff we've been dealing with, be it this year or a lifetime ago, whatever that might mean. But here's the other thing for the 14th. So November 14th is not just a new moon in Scorpio. The new moon comes together with that Jupiter and Pluto. It's just it's breathtaking. As a professional astrologer, it's just this incredible energy. This new moon in Scorpio allows us to transcend what's been going on and to move forward with the power of this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. It is just incredible. Well, and it's a sextile. I shouldn't say it's a conjunct. Jupiter-Pluto are conjunct in Capricorn. And then this new moon in Scorpio forms a very opportunistic sextile to Jupiter and Pluto. So in other words, there's a lot of opportunity that's coming. And then, we just take a breath with that energy. And the next thing, we're looking at eclipse season. And then December, of course, giant, major shifts. So we're just now with the start of Scorpio season, moving into a new dimension.
Yeah. Interesting. So I know that we still haven't gotten into the sun signs, but I see a question that I've never seen before, or a comment. And Marissa says, what does it mean to have retrograde planets in my birth chart? I have 5 planets retrograde.
So as an astrologer, you'd read that as past life karma that you bring with you into this lifetime. And so retrograde planets mean the lessons you need to learn this lifetime before you can evolve towards enlightenment into future lives or even just the next lifetime. So retrograde planets are all about our past life issues that we bring with us, because remember, retrograde is RE. It's a redo. It's a relearn. It's a whatever that happens to be. So it's like it's karmic lessons we are here to learn. And how you read those karmic lessons is not just the planet and the sign it's in, but, if you know your birth time, the house that it's in, and they're all the indicators. And how you learn to move beyond the karma that you're born with, as most of us are, is by transit. So when there's planets on those karmic natal birth planets, that's when the lessons come. And that's when we're given the opportunity to learn those lessons and move beyond those karmic lessons.
Thank you for answering that. And now I guess it is time to move in to basically now Kelli's going to be sharing what this new Scorpio energy means for each sun sign. So if you're just tuning in, leave comments, let us know sun sign, where you're from, and get ready because we're going to start at Aries and then we're going to work all through the zodiac. Kelli, I'm ready.
I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to whiz through this really fast. So if you're in Aries, the Scorpio season it's a very passionate time for you. It's a time because your ruling planet, Mars, is still retrograde, it's not a time to start taking action. It's a time to build desire. And whatever that might mean for you, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you want to have happen, this is the time to take that step forward. It's also a time to release and let go of things that no longer serve you. And that's why with your ruling planet retrograde right now, that's probably what you've been learning these past few weeks. If you're a Taurus, so for you at this time, Scorpio season represents your opposite. So what that means is that look around at the behaviors over the next few weeks, look around at the behaviors of the people around you. And it's basically a reflection back to you, be it good behavior, bad behavior, or otherwise. It's a mirror. Take this season right now, especially around communication with Mercury retrograde there, take this time to really have this reflect back to you and see what you want to take with you into your future and what you want to leave behind. If you're a Gemini, so for you at this time, Mercury is your ruling planet and your ruler is retrograde, regardless of what sign it's in or not. But things for you, Gemini, will become easier next week when Mercury retrogrades back into a fellow air sign. So it might be a bit tough right now. People might be calling upon you to not just be flippant in your responses, but actually give detailed responses, because don't assume that people are hearing what you're saying. And Cancer for you at this time. This is a great season for you because you're a water sign, the other water signs being Scorpio and Pisces. And so this resonates with you. This finally, it's not necessarily a reprieve, but, for you, Cancer the crab, with having these intense Scorpio energies, you're not afraid to go deep. You've been there, done that. You're dealing with stuff. You've been dealing with stuff the past couple of years because the eclipses have been in your sign. So you've been called to rise to the challenge and you have passed every test that's been thrown at you. And this is going to be, as I said, it's not a reprieve, but given what you've been through, Cancer, this is a reprieve. Leo, for you at this time, watch out for the full moon of next week. Because the full moon in Taurus, opposite Scorpio, does throw you some shade. And with Uranus added to that mix, It'll be anything goes. So Leo, what's going to be important for you during the Scorpio season is to try and be as flexible as possible. And I know that's really challenging for a lot of you lions, but it's going to be really important to be open-minded at this time, especially with Mercury retrograde in a fixed sign. Now, Virgo, for you, you've just had, most of you have had such a great October. I know the month's not over yet, but what a really nice time for Virgo or anybody that has any planets in Virgo. It's been really super sweet because love planet Venus in Virgo has been fully supported by Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto, all in fellow Earth signs. So there's this sort of been like this grounded, practical, sensual energy. And Virgo really resonates well with, a step-by-step plan and approach. So make the most of this energy. And, Virgo really likes Scorpio. So, good stuff is still to come. Now, Libra, for you, we're in the final hours of Libra season, the very final hours. So I hope amongst all the hard stuff that you really have been tested with, that you did take a minute just to enjoy, the past few weeks, the time of your birthday. It's Libra, it's your annual time of the year, regardless of what other stuff you've been dealing with. And I know, Libra, you're one of the signs that really has been dealing with so much. But things are starting to ease. And, at the end of November, and particularly when Mars turns direct November 13th, things really do start calming down for you. And then with the lunar eclipse on November 30th, it really does sort of start elevating you. Mid-December, we've got Jupiter, Saturn moving into Aquarius. And so things really start feeling, and I can feel it in my body as I say it, start feeling like, things are on the up and up. It's just these final few weeks, you'll get through it. You're really tough, and just continue to do so, what you've already been doing. Scorpio, for you, this is your birthday month, and happy birthday. So, you're one of the power signs of the zodiac. And so you're really in your power at this time of year with your birthday month. And with all these incredible, especially that second week of November, with that Jupiter, Pluto's your ruling planet, coming together with the new moon on the 14th, nothing's going to stop you. So this is amazing time for Scorpio. Just dealing with the final throes here of that Mercury retrograde in your sign. So it's like just stick to, don't be too opinionated, and be open-minded in a lot of ways to others' opinions too. Sagittarius, for you, what's coming about, again, like I just said to Scorpio, that second week in November is just mind-blowing. When your ruling planet Jupiter, which is a planet of hope, good luck, good fortune, optimism, looking at a situation from a higher point of view, higher level, really, really helps. And, it's time for change, Sagittarius. And starting with, second week in November, step into it, because mid-December, when your ruling planet Jupiter moves into Aquarius, you'll be feeling a lot freer. There'll be a lot more to embrace at that time. And now we're just sort of building up to that. Capricorn, for you, again, another zodiac sign that has been through so much these past couple of years, and you rise to every single challenge that's thrown at you. Nothing phases Capricorn, nothing. And, your symbol is a sea goat. So you start at the very bottom of the ocean and you have a plan. You're going to make it to the very top of the mountain, no matter how high or how overwhelming that might seem. You will rise to every single challenge, and you're going to get an extra boost and an extra oomph in the season of Scorpio. So it's nothing you can't handle. Aquarius, for you, this is interesting times for you. Scorpio season, again, you're the genius of the zodiac. You have a brilliant mind. You think light years ahead of everyone else, so far above and beyond. But this is not a time to be set in your opinions or fixed in your ways. With the sun in Scorpio, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, especially now through Tuesday, just try and be as go with the flow as possible. Things really do ease and change for you mid-December when Saturn moves back into your sign where it will be until March 2023. So it's like for you, Aquarius, it's time to just gather the information. And finally, Pisces, sweet, sweet Pisces. This is good energy for you. You know, the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is great energy for you, Pisces. It allows you to tap into your inner resources, your deepest intuition. You know, you are the psychic of the zodiac. So it's like, trust your instincts. I say that with caution because Mercury is retrograde. There's always something. But it's like, this is the time to sort of, you know, think things through, not really take any action because that Mars is still retrograde. But it's time to sort of gather information and know that things will be different very soon.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing everything that you did. And thank you to everyone who's joined us. It is always so fun to read your comments and to see the trends that everybody experiences. Kelli, you are full of so much information. I don't even know how you know as much as you do. And for everyone who really enjoyed tuning into this today, make sure you grab your free birthday forecast from Kelli. So I've included a link in the description. There's the link on the screen, and I will follow up with a message after to make sure that everybody who joined today has easy access to get their free birthday report. And if you have a Scorpio in your life, this could be a gift. Send it to them. Forward, say, here you go, happy birthday, free astrology gift for you. And you can share this link with them and it'll work for them as well. So Kelli, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. And there's a special surprise coming next week as well. So stay tuned.
Thanks, Leanne, and bye, everyone. Have a great week.